And now, without any more ado, let me invite the Doyen of Pediatric Dermatology, who conceptualized this scientific program, welcoming Dr. Sandipan Dhar, sir, to flag off this knowledge feast. Thank you so much.
These clappings were for you, Partho, not for me. The clappings for me will be after I leave the stage. Good afternoon, erudite faculties, esteemed colleagues as participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to welcome you all to this unique program of Pediatric Dermatology Expert Science. Why this Pediatric Dermatology Expert Summit is unique, let me tell you very briefly in 30 seconds. For 2 whole days almost, we will be extensively discussing almost all practical aspects of pediatric dermatology, where the faculties are the dermatologists and participants are the pediatricians. There will be an extensive exchange of knowledge and concepts and experience among these two. Over my 25 years of career as a pediatric dermatologist, mostly I do not remember such an event occurring anywhere in India, either in pediatric section, that is IAP. I have been very closely participating in various IAP programs. All my pediatrician colleagues, they know, and I'm sure that they have seen me on a number of occasions, as well as my dermatologist colleagues. We never had such program with the pediatricians and the dermatologist for 2 consecutive days and a threadbare discussion on pediatric dermatology. That's why it is unique. And thank you very much for your participation. Thanks to all my very dear colleagues who are the faculties, who are very notable in their respective fields, who have traveled from other cities as well as from our own city. And thanks to all the participants, as mostly pediatricians, but to a great extent dermatologists also, coming from other cities. Let me tell you very clearly over here so that you have got a very clear perception what this whole 170 will be fulfilled very soon in half an hour or so. We got to know that many people are stuck in jam on the road. So there are pediatricians, by and large approximately 70% and 30% dermatologists. Both faculties and the participants are from various parts of India, north, south, east, west. So I think this is a representation, mini representation of pediatrician pan-India as well as dermatologist pan-India. So I am sure that we will have a wonderful interaction. To tell you, basically the most important point is that during panel discussion, feel free to ask the questions. The moderators will once again re-emphasize it. So we have been practicing these sessions very thoroughly and made certain protocols which in due course of time when the session starts, the moderator will tell you. And with this, I once again sincerely thank all of you. Last but not the least, the organizer of this program, Paulson's Dharma, under the able and dynamic leadership of Mr. Partho Paul as an MD, the entire team, they have worked really very hard, and you can make it out, I am sure, by this time, the moment you appeared, the kind of hospitality they have rendered, and the kind of venue and everything, and just experience in the next 2 days. I am sure that when you fill up this, feedback form, so everything will stick as excellent. So I am not asking you to do that. So do it as per your own judgment. So I am sure that you are going to do that. Thank you very much for coming over here. With this, I hand over the microphone to Arpita as an anchor. Okay. Yes, now the clapping is for me, and I take it. Thank you. I accept it. We are going to celebrate a moment of sadness, though, to pay homage to the departed soul of a doyen of dermatology in India, Professor Dr. Salil K. Panja. I am sure that most of the dermatologists, if not all, of these generations also must have heard his name. Forget about our generation and previous, they all know him. I am sure that many pediatricians also know him, because he started the pediatric dermatology department in Institute of Child Health. He started it. Also, let me tell you that he not only illuminated thousands of minds in dermatology, personally, what I am today by profession as a dermatologist, living the pediatrics, in spite of getting pediatrics, I chose dermatology, was only because of this person. Because that time he was in our college. And I think it won't be very out of perspective, particularly today, that he illuminated Palson's Dharma also. When young Mr. Parthopal, way back in 1993, exactly 30 years ago, was given the baton of creating this company, and he chose dermatology because that is his passion. It was none other than Professor Salil K. Panja who actually guided him in what way to go, how to establish this organization. So he illuminated Palson's Dharma also. So that's why it is today, it is so very practical to remember him. So in memory, to pay homage to this departed great soul, let us observe 1 minute silence. I will, request all of you.